Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Brianna, and if this is your first time watching, welcome. I have been a content creator for the past 10 years. I've been making videos on YouTube for maybe like 5 years. That sounds about right, 5 or 6. But I talk about beauty and luxury and accessories and handbags and Stoney Clover, and that's what this video is about today. If my outfit, my makeup, the setting, I mean, I always film my videos here, but like I'm filming 2 videos back to back. So if you saw my first video, that was to all the bags I've loved before and all the handbags that I've sold over the years and why. And today we're going to do the same video, but we're going to do it Stoney Clover style. I have a lot of Stoney Clover. If you've seen my collection videos, I have sold a lot of Stoney Clover over the past few months because, to be honest, I was getting very overwhelmed by my collection. I had a lot of pouches that I wasn't using. Some pouches that I just feel like I wanted to sell because I wanted the money to buy other things, to buy other bags, to pay off credit cards. Like, I just wanted the money. And I knew that I could get money, or I just felt like I needed to slim down the collection. My Stoney Clover collection is still quite extensive. But I have slowed down with buying things. I haven't bought a pouch in months. I haven't loved a collection in almost a year. Stoney Clover just released their like Paris and London collections, and while I thought that they were like pretty, I just wasn't vibing. Yeah, and they've been coming out with a lot of Disney, and like I haven't really loved any of the stuff. Wait. Dial back. That's a complete lie because I just spent a lot of money in the Homecoming collection. So yeah, disregard. I loved the Homecoming collection. I bought some pouches there, but I also then I sold a lot of other pouches and accessories. So we're gonna go through that today. I have my iPad, I have my Poshmark up. Poshmark's where I sell 99% of my Stoney Clover stuff. Literally, as soon as I put some of the stuff up, it sells within seconds. So first up is the most recent thing I sold, which is something that I thought I was never going to part with because both are very rare. And I bought these in 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic. And that was a mini mango pouch with a Love Shack Fancy New York City patch sewn on. I sold this after going back and forth in my collection because I knew I could get a pretty penny for it. That patch is like literally nowhere to be found on the internet, but as I was looking at my collection and just as I've been getting older, and I think even really in the past 6 months, I felt my style shift. I am somebody who never really had like a sense of style. I always gravitated towards more classic pieces, but then I'd always try to step outside the box and like wear a bright blue or a neon pink or something like that, and I've kind of just felt more like on the neutral side of things lately, and I think I kind of want my Stoney Clover collection to reflect that. And Stoney Clover comes out with a lot of bright colors, and I was just like, I haven't used this pouch in years. I'm keeping it because it was limited edition, and I'd rather just like get rid of it and use my other pouches that I have. And I still have a decent amount of Love Shack Fancy Stoney Clover. You'll see I have sold some of it, but those are hard pieces to come by, and I got them from Stoney Clover when they like were partnering with Love Shack. And I think I was keeping them because they were so rare, but as I've moved away from buying Lily Pulitzer, buying like bright Love Shack clothes and t-shirts, and like I'm much more of like in the neutral camp, and I think I'm much more of a winter Love Shack girl than I am a spring and summer. Like I have a lot of Love Shack sweaters because they're like really well made and like they're gorgeous, but I just didn't need all like the bright colorful things. So that's why I sold this one. That was my long rant. Then I sold, in the same breath, this is going to be a long video. I sold my high tea placemat, which I thought I would never sell, but then I decided that I didn't really like how it looked on my desk anymore wanted to go for that more minimalist look, and I also needed to have like a new desk set up because of my wrist and like my carpal tunnel that has just been really acting up, and my chiropractor was like, you have to elevate your laptop, you need a regular mouse, and you need a regular keyboard. So I was like, I'm getting rid of this placemat. So I sold that. Maybe we should just do pouches. We're just doing pouches. Stoney Clover had a sale maybe over Labor Day weekend, and I bought the high tea scones and cake large pouch. The minute I opened it, I was like, I don't need this, and I literally sold it. It was like tags still on. I was just like, I don't need this large pouch. I have my Earl Grey one, and I love the Earl Grey print, and I was just like, I don't need this. In the same breath, I have a scones and cake pencil case that I like, and I had the gray pencil case with 2 rainbow gingham patches on it. I had it had the heart on one side and the star on the other, and like, I'm just not a big rainbow gingham gal, and the grape was a little bright for me, so I decided to just get rid of it. I got this at the sample sale, the woven flat, and I didn't use it all summer, and I decided to just get rid of it. I think it still had the tags on it as well. Here's one. I got rid of this Love Shack flat pouch. Now, I'm a flat pouch fan. Like, I'm the leader of the pack when it comes to loving Stoney Clover flat pouches, but I wasn't using it. I just like didn't need it anymore, and I was just like, let me just get rid of it. It just like wasn't working. I also didn't like love the love patches on it. It was a different print. Just like not crazy about it anymore, so I decided to get rid of it, and I sold it for a decent amount. I had a flat clear iridescent that I kept my planner stuff in. I got this at a sample, like the first sample sale I think Stoney Clover ever had, or one of them in 2019. And I just like didn't really like it. I didn't like the lilac, I didn't like the iridescent, and it was just time to say goodbye to it. I sold this mermaid Stoney Clover terry pouch from last year, so summer 2021 Endless Summer Collection. It had that little terry heart pouch sewn on. I didn't use it all summer. Didn't really like love the terry, didn't like love the purple, so that went bye-bye. This one I had gone back and forth with, but this was the Sweet Summer Collection from last year too. It was the Lush Green Heart. This really is a neutral, so I thought about keeping it, but I hadn't reached for it. It was like one of my least used pouches of all time, so I just decided that it would go to a better home. And I know that's something that a lot of people look for, like on Poshmark and on the internet and like the Facebook group, so it went to a better home. This was a hard one. This was the Mauve Sherpa flat pouch. I used this so much, especially during the pandemic. Like, I just put it under my arm and like go on my merry way, but I didn't use it at all last winter, and I decided that it would be better off somewhere else. This was a hard one. And I had thought about it for a while, because it was like I had such a vision in my head, but knowing that I had this patch on other things, and I had different visions in my head for other pouches of this theme, I decided that it was okay to let it go. And that was my New York themed pouch. It was a flat pouch. I think it was flamingo. I'm not 100% sure. And it had all New York patches on it. So you had MetroCard, Playbill, Statue of Liberty, a bagel, a newspaper, a taxi from the Bleecker Street store, and the old version of the Carrie Bradshaw stoop. I glued these on myself, and I never really liked how it came out. I didn't use it a ton. It felt almost a little babyish, and I have the new Carrie Bradshaw patch on a Sparkling Cider mini, and it's like great and it's perfect. And I also have it on a notebook, so I felt pretty confident in getting rid of this bag because I had never used it. And I think the thing is like I still have a few flat pouches. I have the American Girl ones, which I love because they're printed and they're vegan leather and they're really nice. And then I have the one that says Royally Pink, which obviously I'll never get rid of because who's gonna buy it? But it's like that's a special pouch. And then I have clear pouches, one for snacks and one for the plain, which is good because it's like those are like very specific uses. But I didn't need so many flat pouches because I wasn't using them as handbags. I wasn't using them in totes. Like they were kind of just sitting there. So that's why I sold a handful. Okay, this was a big one, and I had gone back and forth with selling it because it is like a unicorn piece, and I got this literally right before the pandemic started. Got it in February of 2020 because so many I had so many trips coming up, and I thought I was going to use it, and that was the Love Shack Fancy duffel. This was the regular size duffel. It was humongous, and I never used it. I had wanted, and when did I sell this? Let me see. I sold it in May. For my birthday in November, I had gotten a mini duffel, and it is so perfect. A mini duffel is the best thing you could buy from Stoney Clover because it fits under the seat in a plane. I use it as my carry-on. Not even my carry-on, my personal item. Fits under the seat. It's comfortable with the shoulder strap, comfortable without. It's literally the perfect size, and it's great for like a weekend trip. This was too big. It was too big to carry on your shoulders through an airport. I don't go on a lot of weekend trips. Like, I didn't need a duffel of this size. And like I said, I wanted to go more and like start going in more of the neutral shift. And I got a lot of money for that. This was the same thing. I thought I wanted this. I just kind of went crazy with high tea. Like I wanted everything, so I kept placing orders, and then I didn't really like the nylon flat pouches, and I didn't like the ruffles, and this print felt very babyish to me, and I just was like, I don't like this, like I need to get rid of it. This one was hard only because I felt like it was the American Girl collection, and that still remains my favorite collaboration to date. I sold the Molly large. I think like I'm just at a place where I don't need so many larges, and I liked my high tea large. I have a hydrangea large that is really cute, and I have a cozy large. Do I have another large? I might. I don't know. So I felt like I didn't need this. And I have the small of Molly, which I'll never get rid of because like she was my girl. The cozy heart pouch. I thought I was going to use this. I tried to use it as a clutch. It was an odd shape. You could only use it during the winter. I just was not feeling it, and it had to go. I got rid of my I Am a Voter pouch. I sold this, I think, in February of 2020. February of 2022. So earlier this year. And I don't know if it was like I was like had PTSD from elections. I was like, I don't want this voter. I don't want it. On the back, also another reason was on the back of this, since it was blanc, I had 3 white pearl Z's for like a sleep pouch. And I was just like the voter and the sleep, like I was trying to make it a 2-for-1 deal, and it wasn't working out. So I removed the sleep pouches and sold this for practically nothing, which was fine. I sold this Hello Kitty flat. I didn't really love it. This was a gift. And I just like, I don't know. I wasn't, no. Edit that out. I don't need to show that. This is one I kind of regret, and it is a corduroy small pouch with the black glitter varsity heart. Corduroy was an interesting collection. It was the first like textured collection I think Stoney really did after they've gotten big during the pandemic. And I thought I liked it, but eventually like I just stopped using it. I think because it didn't keep its shape, and I just like I have an issue with things not keeping shape. Like, I don't want you to fall into oblivion when you're not packed. So I sold that. I love the combo though, so I would love to like maybe get a sand with black glitter varsity hearts. Like, I think that's a really cute neutral combo. I sold the mask pouch that had with the terry cloth lining. This is a terry travel pouch. I don't really love the travel pouches because the clear just doesn't, it gets like very dirty, and you can't clean it. It gets icky, and I wasn't just a fan of the terry cloth. So I sold that. This one was hard because I did use this a lot. And it was kind of unique, and it's the Cozy Moss Fanny with the jumbo foil rainbow, or the jumbo cozy rainbow, which I'm not a rainbow gal. Stoney Clover loves their rainbows, me not so much, but I really liked this one, and I would love to like find this pouch and just hoard it, but I don't think I'm a fanny pack girl, and I tried to be, and I did use this a fair amount, especially like mid-pandemic, like 2020, 2021 winter, but eventually I was just like, I am not using it, and it should go somewhere. It should go to a place they're going to love it. Another one, a denim flat pouch. I think as much as I love a flat pouch, I don't really, because they're not practical for me. I carry a lot of stuff. I don't really love a clutch, so it was just like whatever. And I was like not crazy about the denim. I didn't really like how I customized it. So it went goodbye. And that was sewn on by Stoney Clover. I sold this it's not Disney. So this Christmas pouch last year around the time that they were releasing other Christmas patches. So I was like, I want the new patches, and like I don't like the clear. I don't like clear flats, except if it's for like a specific purpose, like the plain where you really need clear pouches or snacks, which makes for like a cute moment. Once again, terry cloth, clear. I have the mini open top. Liked the mini open top because I thought that it was like really like the first time Stoney Clover did something like this, but I have a nylon version as well, and I just prefer the nylon. I just wasn't interested in the terry. Once again, a terry cloth. This was the Barbie collab, and this was the only pouch that I got from them, and I was kind of skeptical about selling it because I wanted something from the Barbie collaboration, but I didn't like the terry. I didn't really like the color. It didn't keep its shape, so I was just like, time for you to go as well. Another one, I thought I was doing something here. I got a peach large. Peach is very bright, with Jim spelled out on it. I didn't like how Jim was centered. Like, I don't like how it was customized. Also, I don't know why. I did this because I wanted to keep my weights in it. I wanted to keep my bala bangles. I wanted to keep my resistance bands like here in the house. But like, I didn't need it. It was useless. It was a stupid pouch. and I didn't like the color at all. This one, I distinctly remember, I put it up and it sold as soon as I clicked submit. It was wild. And that's the original Rainbow Gingham pencil case. This was the time where I was buying Stoney Clover. I was buying something from every single collection because I thought I was gonna have FOMO, and then I realized, like, no, I don't like rainbow and I don't like gingham, and I'm not really a pastel lover, so like, what am I doing with this? So I sold it almost immediately after I bought it. Once this too, I bought a smiley face. The smiley face from the Puffy collection, the flat pouch. I don't like yellow, I don't like smiley faces, and I don't like nylon flat pouches, so I don't know what I was doing with this. Like, this, oh my god, so silly. This was interesting because I thought I was gonna love this, but ended up not, and I honestly forgot that I had bought it. This is the denim mini tote. So I think this was after, so I think mini totes came out in, like, for Cozy in, like, November 2020. So I thought that this came out in spring 2021. I thought I was really gonna like the denim mini tote, but I just wasn't using it. They're also very small because, like, they're good for everyday bags, but I don't think I liked how that one felt. Like, I think that one was like a weird size because of the denim material. Cozy felt much smaller, I think, because of the material of it all. And I think that that's it. Oh no. This one I sold a while ago. This was my first pouch. This was a guava small with the crown, and I got that obviously for Royally Pink, but then they came out with the Love Shack Fancy crown, and I liked that crown much better, and I have like 3 crown patches that I'm just saving. Like, I'll never get rid of them because they're like, I need them. And that feels very babyish, and I was kind of sick of the guava, and guava's no longer available, but I didn't like it. Then Tropical Collection, I sold this very soon after I got it because I think this was summer 2020, so I was still like getting acquainted with Stoney Clover. This was a Lagoon large, and I put the most random patches on it. I put a rosé, I put a moon, and I put a like the fuzzy airplane. Like, none of that stuff goes together, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like how I customized it. It was not good, and I also, once again, didn't like the way that it just fell apart when there was nothing in it. Back again with the corduroy. I didn't like this color. And I didn't really like the gold puffy hearts, and it just had to go. I don't even think I ever used that pouch. This was at a time where I didn't really like the pencil cases, and I had a Love Shack Fancy one. I didn't really love the combination of these prints, and I wasn't using the pencil case. I have since found pencil cases to be very useful. I think they're really good for traveling with medication, traveling, like, makeup brushes. I think it's obviously pencils and pens if you wanted to use something that the way it's supposed to be used. But yeah, so I sold that. This was probably one of my first Stoney items. This was the mirrored material. Like, yeah, it's like, it's not, you can't even call it iridescent. It's like true, like, mirrored with the RX pouch. I just didn't like that was like vintage Stoney, and I was like, I don't want this anymore. And I think that is it. I probably have sold some other things along the way that aren't on Poshmark, but I can't remember. But those were just the pouches. I will do another video where I go through the accessories that I've sold, and the patches. But yeah, so that was a long video. Like I said, I've sold a lot of Stoney, probably maybe before the end of the year, I'll do another updated collection video once like I see the other things that they're releasing. So we'll see about that. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Go to the bottom bar down below and follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my newsletter, and go visit my blog, royallypink.com. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.